Okay, Assalamualaikum and Salam Sejahtera. So in this video, I'm going to introduce SolidWorks 2019 for the beginner, and then we are going to proceed with our first lesson of SolidWorks, which is the basic sketching. So now let's open the SolidWorks, okay, by clicking the SolidWorks icon on your computer. So SolidWorks is a very user-friendly and yet capable to produce many complicated stuff, okay, so I can say in a very easy way. So when you open the SolidWorks, okay, so this will be the first screen that you will see. This is the welcome dialog, okay, so you can just ignore this by closing the dialog. So in order to start, click this new icon over here. So initially we have three options over here, apart from the advanced over there. So we have part, assembly, and also drawing. So part is to create a single part or component. Assembly is to assemble multiple parts that you have generated using the software. And at last we have drawing, basically an option for you to generate a 2D sketches or the orthographic projection of your part or assembly. So let's start with part by clicking the icon and select OK. So here, this is the first user interface that you guys will see when you open the part document. So as you can see, we have multiples of button and option right over here. The most important things is that you have this command manager, okay, which is this feature, sketch, evaluate, okay, MBD dimension, SolidWorks add-ins, and so on. Okay, so this is the command manager. And also it is important for you to have the other menus, such as we have the standard view over here, okay, and then we have some tools, okay, we have views for heads up and so on. So this menu or button can be enabled or disabled by simply right click your mouse over here, okay, or maybe over here at the toolbar over here, okay, and you will see many options for you to enable or disable. The menu that you guys need to enable is basically the command manager, okay, which is the one that I mentioned before, okay, this command manager. And then use large buttons with tags, okay, so basically this is for the command manager, okay, as you guys can see, this is the small icon, okay, so if we enable this option, okay, it will use a large button with tags, okay. And then another one will be tools, okay, which is over here, okay, so right over here, okay, so we have spell checker, we have measure, and so on. And then we have a view, okay, which is right over here, okay, view, okay, this one. And last but not least is the standard view, okay, which is this one, okay, standard view, okay, the one over here, standard view, okay. So in this standard view you have front, okay, you have back, okay, left, side, top, and also bottom, and also the 3D view, which is isometric, trimetric, and also dimetric. You also have a normal to plane, okay. And the last but not least is the views heads up, okay, so this will be the icon just right over here, okay, so if I enable the icon, the menu, okay, so right over here, okay. So that will be the menu that you guys should enable in order to proceed with our lesson later on, okay. So before we proceed, we need to ensure that we are using the correct unit system for our drawing, okay. You can simply check this by clicking this button on the right bottom over here, okay. So press this icon and it will give you several options, okay, unit system, okay. So we are going to use mmgs, okay, which is millimeter, gram, and second, okay. So in part documents, okay, we have 2D and also 3D view, okay. So this is basically a 3D view, okay. So how to differentiate between 3D and also 2D views, I will show you later once I have the icon on screens, okay. So before we produce a part, okay, we need to do the sketch first, okay. So first of all, go to this sketch tab, okay, and click front plane and choose this eye icon, okay, which is basically to show the plane on your screen, okay. So you have the front plane on the screen. So do the same for top plane and also the right plane, okay. So now you have three planes on your screen. So here is what I want you to do, okay. Try to zoom the plane by scrolling the wheel on your mouse, okay. Okay, try to zoom, okay, by scrolling the wheel on your mouse. Zoom until you are not able to see your plane anymore, okay. So if this case happens during your session, simply click this icon, okay, which is zoom to fit. And there you go, you will be able to see your plane or drawing again. So let's try it one more time. Okay, so you are not able to see your plane, or you can simply just press button F on your keyboard, okay, which is zoom to fit. Okay, so press your F button on the keyboard, then you will have your plane or drawing again. Okay, so let's try to rotate this plane, okay, by holding down the wheel on your mouse. Okay, hold the wheel on your mouse and move your mouse. Okay, so you will be able to rotate your plane, okay, just changing the orientation of the plane. Okay, so if you have this kind of situation, okay, you can always revert your plane to the normal 3D view by clicking on this three icon, okay, which is we have the isometric, the trimetric, or dimetric. Okay, so if I choose isometric, okay, it will be something like this, okay, which is 30 angle of from the plane, from the axis. Okay, so clicking this trimetric, okay, will change a little bit, and dimetric will be like this. Okay, so whenever you rotate your product, your sketching, your drawing, okay, so if you want to revert that, just press this three icon. Okay, I will always prefer trimetric. Okay, you can also change your orientation of your view by using this front view, this back view, left view, right view, we have top view, and the last one is bottom view. Okay, so if you choose front plane and you press this normal tool, it will go to the normal to the plane that you select. Okay, so this is front plane, so this will be the normal, right? So let's say I choose top plane, then I press or click this icon normal tool, and it will bring me to the normal to the top plane. So now let's get back to the 3D view, and let's choose the front plane as our starting plane to do some sketching. Okay, so click on the front plane and simply click sketch. Right? Okay, so now when we are about to do the sketching, okay, make sure you hide all those planes. Okay, so how to hide? Okay, simply by click the plane and click the eye icon, okay, to hide. Okay, same for the top and also the right plane. Okay, so now you have already hide all those planes. Okay, so now if you notice, okay, you will have this small red axis on your screen. So this is the origin, okay, the center of your front plane. Okay, so why front plane? Because you choose front plane, okay, for your sketching. Okay, if you choose top plane, then it will be the origin, okay, the center of your top plane. Okay, so right now we are in the middle of front plane, so this is the center of the front plane. Okay, and if you guys notice on the right top of your screen, okay, you will notice this arrow icon. Okay, so technically this icon differentiates between the 2D views and also 3D. So if you have this icon, okay, meaning that you are in the 2D view. You can always exit from 2D by clicking this icon, okay, or exit sketch from this panel. Okay, so let's try to exit from this icon, from this 2D view, okay, by simply clicking this icon. Okay, so the icon is gone. Now you are in the 3D view. Okay, so let's choose front plane again and press sketch. So in sketching, we have many types of sketching that we can choose from over here. Okay, so let's say I want to draw a straight line. Okay, so I can choose a line. Okay, and then I can click over here and drag until up to here. Okay, so I have one line over here, and then it is connecting line. Okay, so in order to break this line, okay, simply press the escape button on your keyboard. Okay, so now we have a horizontal straight line. Okay, so let's create another one, okay, vertically. Okay, so here, okay, now I have a vertical line. Okay, there you go. So let's try another one. Okay, this time I'm going to start from the origin. Okay, so take a look at my cursor. Okay, when I bring the cursor to the origin, a small orange dot appear. Okay, so this indicates that the orange point will be my starting point on the line, okay, intersecting with the origin or the center of the plane. Okay, right here. Okay, So that orange dot or line is not limited for the axis, okay, or the what we call this origin, okay. So let's create another line, okay, and then I put my cursor in this line, okay, and you guys will notice that the line changed to orange. So this also indicates that my new line will be drawn from that point on the line, okay, right over here, okay, and you guys can see, okay. So when I reach at this top, okay, a blue dot, okay, so a blue dot appears. Okay, so that indicates that the end of my new point or my new line, okay, will be parallel to this point. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now I have this new line, okay, intersect with this line, and it is parallel. Okay, I mean the end of the line is parallel with this line. Okay. So now let's try to zoom out and draw more lines, okay. So over here, okay. So let's create a rectangle, okay, using a straight line. Okay, so just click this straight line icon and create one horizontal line, okay. And this time you don't have to press the escape button on your keyboard, okay. So instead, just keep drawing until you have a rectangle shape, and just like what I'm about to do, okay. So now, once you connect this line, okay, and ensure that you are in a closed loop, okay, it will auto press the escape button for you, okay. And there you go, you have your first rectangle, okay, using the straight line. Okay. So if you don't want to use the straight line anymore, okay, you can just simply press this icon again, or just press this right or OK button. Okay, now there you go. So let's try another shape. Okay, so let's try to draw a circle. Okay, so click on this circle icon and start to draw. Okay, so just click and drag, okay, at any point that you want, okay, and you will have your circle. Okay, so using the same center, okay, I'm going to draw another circle over here. Then here we go, you have a donut. Okay, so over here, okay, right. Okay. So you will keep draw the circle until you click this right icon, okay, which is to close, okay, to close the circle option, okay, the dialog. Right. Okay. So now you are good to go. Okay. And how about this icon, okay, which is a rectangle, okay. So by clicking this icon, okay, you can create a rectangle much easier, okay, compared to the one that we draw, okay, previously using a straight line. Okay, so just click over here and then, okay, it will create a rectangle for you. Okay, just like that. Okay, okay, zoom out. Okay, and we have another one over here. Okay, just like that. Okay, so at the side of this rectangle icon, okay, there is an arrow, okay, so which indicate more option for the rectangle. Okay, however, basically we only use two types. Okay, the first one, okay, which is the corner rectangle that we draw, okay, just now, and the other one is center rectangle. Okay, for the second one, it will create a rectangle from the center of the rectangle, okay, just like this. Okay, so this is sometimes useful when you want to draw a rectangle using the centers. Okay, for example, okay, I want to draw a rectangle from this point of circle. Okay, so I can just simply click the center and then create a rectangle. Okay, so now you have, okay, a rectangle sharing the same center with this circle. Okay, right. We have so many tools over here for our drawing or sketching. Okay, so you can always try each of the tools. Okay, so let's try to draw an arc, or I mean a semicircle. Okay, a semicircle. So you can just click this icon, okay, which is center point arc. Okay, so this is to create an arc. Okay, by using this icon, okay, this tool, you are able to draw an arc. Okay, so first click over here. Okay, then a circle with dotted line will appear. Okay, so let's say at about this size. Okay, click over here and then you are able to draw an arc. Okay, so you guys can see, so my arc will be like this. Okay, a 180-degree of arc, okay, of a circle. Okay, so click over here, then you will have your arc. Okay, so close the dialog. Okay, and let's try to connect these two dots, okay, with a straight line. Okay, so simply use the straight line, okay, and then click over here, okay, and then connect to the other one. Okay, and now you will have your semicircle. Okay, so let's try another semicircle. Okay, so click this, the center arc icon. Okay, here. Okay, right. Okay, and then choose the straight line. Okay, but this time I am not going to connect point. Okay, and press escape to to disconnect this line. Okay, so as you guys can see over here, okay, you guys can see the difference, okay, between this semicircle and the new semicircle. Okay, this one is much darker and compared to this one. Okay, so this semicircle become darker due to the closed loop. Okay, meaning that all points on this sketching are connected to each other. Okay, in comparison, okay, this semicircle is open loop. Okay, because there are some points that are not connected to each other. Okay, so you guys can see this is not connected to each other. Okay, so in order to complete this semicircle, okay, you can simply click, okay, on the end of the straight line and extend to another point. Okay, you can simply drag. Okay, so click, hold your mouse, okay, your right click of your mouse and drag until you found the point. Okay, so now you have a darker semicircle which indicate closed loop. Okay, right. Okay, so let's try a straight slot. Okay, so straight slot. Okay, so we have over here straight line. Okay, then you will have a slot. Okay, right. Okay, so another one. Okay, slot. Okay, so this will be straight slot. Okay, alright. Okay, so we do have multiple choice for how to draw the slot. Okay, for example, the center point. Okay, okay, we are here, center point. Okay, so we create center. Okay, something like that. Okay, then okay, the same slot. Okay, using different technique. Okay, over here. Okay, just like that. Okay, close dialog. Okay, so this one will be a polygon. Okay, so polygon. Okay, so this is a 6. Okay, okay, so we have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6, and you can always change this edge, okay, into what numbers that you want. Okay, so for example, you want 10 side. Okay, so just on this parameter, okay, click this icon to increase or decrease or reduce the what we call the side. Okay, so up to 3. Okay, so you cannot go below than 3. Okay, right. Okay, so you have polygon over here. Then we have spline. Okay, so spline we use to draw some curve. Okay, right. Okay, just like that. Okay, okay, right. Okay, just click, 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 and so on. Okay, and once you are satisfied with your spline, okay, just press the escape button. There you go. Okay, so that is for spline. And then we have ellipse. Okay, so we have the ellipse. So ellipse. Okay, so at this point, okay, so we create one axis and the minor axis. Okay, so we have the major axis and also minor axis. Okay, one more time. Okay, so this one will be minor axis and we have the major axis. Okay, so this is the ellipse. Okay, close the dialog. Okay, always close the dialog when you are done with your sketching. Okay, and last one will be this one. Okay, which is sketch fillet. Okay, so we have fillet, we have chamfer. Okay, so this one we use when we are about to do a fillet or chamfer at this point. Okay, at the edge of this rectangle. Okay, so for example, I choose sketch fillet. Okay, so over here, entities to fillet. Okay, I'm going to choose this point. Okay, so you will notice there is a orange, okay, arc over there, okay, created, okay, due to the point that I selected. Okay, okay, so once you are satisfied, okay, so this fillet parameter will be the radius. Okay, so you can always increase or decrease the diameter. Okay, and then click OK. So you will have a radius, okay, which is a fillet, okay, with a radius of 30 degrees. Okay. So let's try another fillet, okay, which is sketch chamfer. Okay, so this time, okay, I'm going to choose this point, okay, and I'm going to use the same 30 radius. Okay, so input 30 over here, okay, and then click this point. Okay, then you will have a slope or chamfer, okay, which is 30 and also 30. Okay, so you can always choose between distance or angle distance, okay, according to your needs. Okay, so just close the dialog, and here we go. Okay, we have over here we have the sketch fillet, and over here we have the sketch chamfer. So now you have all of these sketches. Okay, so if you kind of lost where your drawing are, okay, just simply click this zoom to fit icon. Okay, always remember that. Okay, so it's really helpful. Okay, so once you click the icon, okay, so it will bring all of your drawing fit on your screen. Now let's try to delete some of the sketches. Okay, so all you have to do is just click on any sketch that you want to delete. Okay, for example this ellipse. Okay, so once you move your cursor around the sketch, okay, you will see that the ellipse turn orange. Okay, and once you click, it will turn light blue. Okay, so once they are light blue, okay, hit the delete button on your keyboard. Okay, and they are gone. Okay, easy. So now if you want to delete a multiple of sketches, okay, so while holding the control pad on your keyboard, okay, so select two sketches that you want to delete. Okay, for example this line, okay, while holding your control button on your keyboard, okay, which is the CTRL, okay, and for example this slot, okay, this slot. Okay, so once they turn to light blue, okay, hit the delete button on your keyboard, and they're gone. So if you want to recover your deleted sketches, okay, you can always undo the process, right? And you can undo the process by clicking on this undo button at the top of this toolbar, okay, or you can simply hit Ctrl Z on your keyboard. Okay, so simply just press Ctrl and Z on your keyboard, okay, and you will have, okay, your deleted sketches back. Okay, and okay, let me just click this zoom to fit icon. Okay, so if you wish to delete all of them, okay, so just click over here and highlight all of the sketches. Okay, or you can just simply click press on your keyboard Ctrl A, then it will highlight all of the sketches, and you hit the delete button, and they are gone. Okay, so very easy. Okay, so now let's talk about trim. Okay, so trim is basically a partial delete of a sketch entities generally aligned. Okay, so it's different, okay, between delete and trim in SolidWorks. Okay, delete is just delete the whole entity align, for example. Okay, so meanwhile trim is partial delete. Okay, so maybe you trim the excessive line, for example. Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference, okay, between trims and also delete in SolidWorks. Okay, so first make a straight horizontal line, okay, for example like this. Okay, right, and press escape, and now, okay, we are going to create a straight vertical line. Okay, for example something like this. Okay, that's nice. Okay, now you have a T shape or maybe a plus shape. Okay, right, so I'm going to press the zoom to fit on that. Okay, so yeah, now I'm going to delete this part of the line, okay, which is on the right side. Okay, so I'm going to delete this line. Okay, so basically from this point up until at the center of this line. Okay, so so if I use the previous method, okay, so which is I click on this line and then I hit delete on the keyboard, and bam, okay, the whole horizontal line will be gone. Okay, it's gone right now. Okay, so let me undo this for a while. Okay, so how to just delete this part of the line. Okay, so from this point to the center. Okay, so now we have a tool, okay, which is called a trim entities. Okay, over here. Okay, so trim entities. Okay, so basically just click on this trim entities, and you will see at the left bottom over here we have several options. Okay, we have power trim, we have corner trim, away, inside, outside, and for the last one is the closest. But I always use this power trim. Okay, so power trim is a very powerful tool, okay, to trim a sketch or line. Okay, so all you have to do is just click right here, okay, and then drag your mouse across the line. Okay, so you can see, right? Okay, so there is a something like a moving line, moving sketch, okay, at at my cursor. Okay, so if I release, bam, okay, it's gone. So all you have to do is just click over here and drag your mouse over the line. Okay, you see that? Okay, so the line will be trimmed to the nearest intersecting point. Okay, so now you can release your mouse. Okay, so I always use this kind of trim, okay, rather than the other one, okay, because this one is much easier, okay, compared to others. Okay, for the other option, okay, you can always try them by yourself. Okay, so I'm going to undo the process. Okay, so click on the trim entities, okay, and then choose power trim, and bam, there you go. Okay, so if you want to trim this line, okay, from this point to the center of the line, okay, so you just hit here and just cross the line. Okay, so now the extension, okay, the line is gone. Okay, so that is a power trim. Okay, so just trim entities. Okay, now the opposite of trim is extend. Okay, so in SolidWorks we have the opposite of trim, which is extend entities. Okay, so extend is a tool used basically on a line to extend it to the next nearest intersecting point. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example. Okay, so let's say from this sketch. Okay, so I'm going to undo this one. Okay, so let me trim this line. Okay, right. Okay, so you have this this shape. Okay, so now I'm going to add another vertical line next to this line. Okay, so so just a line. Okay, and then make a vertical line up next to this line. Okay, so so my purpose is to extend this horizontal line, okay, up to this vertical line. Okay, so now all you have to do is just click on this arrow on this at the bottom of these trim entities. Okay, and it will give you an option, extend entities. Okay, so now choose extend entities. Now click on this line and you will see there is an orange generated line. Okay, from this point, okay, up to the next this vertical line. Okay, so so all you have to do is just click this line and bam. Okay, sometimes magic happens. Okay, so easy, right? Okay, so now you have learned about trims and also extend entities. Okay, so if you want to trim, then you just hit trim entities and you can trim whatever whatever entity that you want. So if you want to extend, so okay, you have something like this, and the other one from this point, or maybe from this point. Okay, like this. Okay, so you just hit the extend entity and click on this line, and there you go. Okay, so you have two types of trim and also extend entities. Okay, now for the last lesson. Okay, so let's exit this 2D view. Okay, so we are in the middle of 2D view or sketching view. Okay, so all you have to do in order to exit, okay, so just hit this icon, okay, this arrow icon, or maybe use this icon. Okay, it's just the same. Okay, so exit sketch. Okay, so hit this icon, then boom. Okay, you already exit the 2D view and you are in the middle of 3D view. Okay, so when you enter 3D view, okay, you are not able to sketch or edit or modify your existing sketches. Okay, so you will notice that your drawing, your sketching somehow turn gray, okay, or black maybe. Okay, so in order to edit or modify your sketch, okay, so this can only be done in sketching or in the 2D view. Okay, so in order to edit your sketch, okay, so all you have to do is just right click over here. Okay, for example, for me it's sketch 2. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so it represents your document. Okay, so your 3 documents. So well, somehow it's sketch 1, sketch 2, sketch 3. Okay, so if you have 10 sketch, then it will be sketch 1 under 10. Okay, so mine is sketch 2. So just hit this sketch 2 and you will see multiple of option over here. Then all you have to do is just select this edit sketch. Okay, once you click on this icon, then your sketching will turn to blue. Okay, similar to previous session. Okay, so now you can edit your sketch or do whatever you want with it. Okay, so let's say you want to trim. Okay, so just trim. Okay, so let's try to exit. Okay, so now somehow this trim entities become an unavailable option. Okay, so I cannot edit or modify. Okay, so still I cannot. Okay, so I cannot. Okay, I'm not able to edit the sketch. Okay, so remember, in order to edit or modify your sketch, you have to be in the 2D view or in the sketching. Okay, by pressing this document, okay, and choose edit sketch. Okay, once your line turns to blue, then you are able to sketch or modify your sketching. Okay. Now, if you wish to save your sketching, okay, so just hit this save icon over here, and it will prompt you the location or directory for you to save the document. Okay, so you may choose your desktop, okay, external thumb drive as you wish. So I already saved my document earlier, okay, on my desktop, so that's why I'm not getting any prompt from SolidWorks regarding the save directory. Okay, so remember always to save your drawing, as there will be unexpected errors sometimes occur during using the software. Okay, sometimes hang, force close, not responding, and so on. Okay, so always save your document. Okay, so now let's try to close or exit the SolidWorks. Okay, and try to open your save file. Okay, so mine, you can just hit the file that you save. For example, mine on this, on the desktop. Okay, so just double click over here, and wait for it to load. Okay, almost there, and yeah, there you go. Okay, you will have your sketching. Okay, the previous sketching. Okay, so I think that will be our lesson for this video. Okay, so thank you very much, and see you in the next video.